Hello, I'm Kevin Flynn, and welcome to another edition of Avalon's Market Minute for October 13th, 2013. Markets continue to ride the Washington roller coaster, falling last week on fears of no action and then regaining most of it on hopes that there would be action. Now they're falling again as fears of no action, or action that might come too late, come back into play. So what's an investor to do? The most important thing to keep in mind is that this is a political process. That may seem like an obvious thing to say, and maybe it is, but it's only natural for the mind to start wandering into areas such as common sense or even financial sanity. Beware of such notions in politics. Common sense is not the guiding principle behind political processes. Political advantages. Belief systems on the right or left can and do sometimes sacrifice reality on the altar of what they know must be true. Take Lehman Brothers, for example. The investment bank may have been too damaged to survive 5 years ago, but the decision to let it collapse suddenly into a completely unprepared bankruptcy was a political one. The powers that be, including the Fed, had been stung by criticism over the resolution of Bear Stearns. That had been successful, orderly, and it worked. So therefore, it must not have been necessary. It was a gift to the fat cats, a Wall Street bailout. One that led to the disappearance of the company, mass layoffs, and the wipeout of 90% of the employees' lifetime savings, but let's not get bogged down in details. Senator Jim Bunning said that the free market had failed. So even when Lehman did fail and the system started to implode, there were still a lot of true believers who said that the only real solution was to let everything fail and start over again from scratch. And many of them are still around. This will be a political decision, or at least a political step. The previous two budget standoffs produced results that neither side were happy with, and they could end up in a place, like Lehman and Bear Stearns, where the politicians say again, well, we're just not going to do that again. People criticized us, and they did. Both parties were criticized by their own true believers for compromising those last two times. Now, if you ask me if I think a default will happen, I don't. I think the most likely outcome is a last-minute deal followed by a Wall Street rally. But I'm not going to put any money on it. The price for being wrong is too steep. I can still remember a colleague telling me on that fateful weekend 5 years ago that the Lehman situation had to get resolved that weekend. There was no other choice. It was either that or chaos. So sure, I'll keep my fingers crossed again, but I'm not going to believe anything until I see it, because anything could happen. I'm Kevin Flynn, and thanks for listening to another edition of Avalon's Market Minute.